it. Opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan. It's all about the Western Conference. That's where the action is today as the Golden State Warriors get ready to battle. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Houston. A season ago, Clark, they won the matchup, winning 3 and losing just 1.
And they really took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Filling out the wings, it's Harden and Ariza. Anderson is down low with Capella. And it's Paul in at the point. On the clock. Thompson for 3. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Thompson's got his first 3 points of the game. And after waiting, Steve, all summer, the fans here certainly seem to be exciting for opening night.
Yeah, if you're a hoop junkie, you want the season to be all year long. But obviously in the summer, you get time off. And that opening night, you're looking forward. You're looking forward to see the new players, the new team, and day one, they can win a championship. It's just later on in the year, reality starts to set in.
Well said. Here's Curry. James Harden picking up that last basket. There's a good screen. Here's Durant. And the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. Warriors on D. Ariza kicks to Paul. Ariza against Durant. The offensive rebound. Capella. And he banks in the layup. Capella's got his first basket of the night.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with the soft touch to match. A blown opportunity after the two-man game creates a terrific look.
That's how it's drawn up. That is, everything but the finish.
The shot's good from Paul.
Because Chris Paul is a pass-first point guard, defenses play off him a little bit, which means he can usually get high percentage looks.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. And last season, Durant was again playing at a very high level, even after shifting teams and deferring to other stars. And before his injury, there was talk of him being in the MVP conversation.
Which is scary because you know when he's healthy, every year he will be in that conversation. As long as he's healthy, he will be considered one of the top players in the league.
And on the defensive side, just a failure to match up.
Well, the one thing you want to take away is anything at the rim. Just too easy.
The pass to Ariza. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Anderson passes to Paul. This one for 3. Good on the triple. Paul's got 5 now.
He's such a great floor general. You forget about CP3 shooting. He can hurt you from all over the court.
And Thompson kicks to Curry. Curry with another miss. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. All up top, guarded by Curry. And the wide open shot from Paul. No good there with the step back J. Left side Durant. Back to Curry. He dishes it to Thompson. Kicks it to Green. It's Curry outside. Again, Curry missing.
Lacking confidence right now in his offense. He's been shaky all period.
And Paul with the basket on the assist by Ariza. And it's 8 points for Chris Paul.
And really, CP3 is so good at reading the defense. If he knows he's getting the pass and they're playing off him, he'll torch you. Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
Warriors trailed by 4. Outside, Green. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some. He's got 5.
Stephen Curry, that's a luxury to have a guy that can run off screens and shoot to catch rockets.
You know, for all the great things that Draymond Green does on the basketball floor, perhaps his greatest asset, Steve, is his ability to be a leader. Other MVPs and All-Stars will defer to him to set up the defense and get going on offense.
You know, Kevin, that's what we do at Michigan State. That's the kind of player and leader that Draymond has been his whole career. Doesn't care about stats, only cares about winning. Willing to step up and take the big shot as well. You know, from a legacy perspective, Chris Paul is just incredible. Career averages of 19 and 10. He just produces at a high level for his team every single season.
And for Paul, the numbers back up what many say, which is he is one of the best point guards ever to play. Last year, it was 18 points and 9 assists a game. Visually, Steve, he passes the eye test on the court.
Yes, he does. He has established himself as one of the best all-around point guards to ever play. His ability to create for himself and others and shoot it at a high level. And he's great defensively as well.
Now, here's the name. Gordon for three. They get it back.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
The Warriors trailing. Here's Iguodala. Right side, Green. Over Mbamute. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Now, here's Tucker. Tight defense on him. Floats one up. And it's sent back by West. The Rockets shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. That one is off. Well, Steve, when you think about leaders and players who mean as much for the mental game of their team as their coach, you know, Chris Paul right at the top of that list. He has always been a vocal floor general his whole career.
You're totally right. Paul is very aware of everything that is going on in a game. Can get in a teammate's face if they have a mental lapse. Not always an easy pill to swallow, but all players respect Chris Paul's leadership.
And they double up Gordon. Back to Paul. 27 seconds left in the first quarter. And Gordon hits from deep. Gordon's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
CP3 moving the basketball around. That's what you want out of your point guard.
Livingston dishes to Iguodala. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Paul outside. Lets it go from 11, but he gets it back. The good-looking shot from the wing. Paul's got 12.
CP3 loves to make plays for others, but when he makes his mind up to score, he's as good as it gets.
A big-time effort for Chris, a heart and soul guy. Draymond Green has the kind of spirit, guys, that everyone else can just kind of feed off of.
Yeah, his talents and contributions now being appreciated. He's forced his way into the discussion of top 10 players in our league.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far with the Rockets, guys.
Cleaning the glass, I mean, right from the jump, and that really helped them to set the tone.
What you have to do is establish a physical presence early, and aggressiveness their opponent has failed to match.
Livingston is out there with McCall. Then there's Nick Young, and it's West, and it's Iguodala in at the 4 spot. So that's the group out there for Golden State. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Houston Rockets, one of the most explosive scoring teams in the league. The defense has been a shortcoming in the past. Coach Mike D'Antoni said we have some good individual defenders. If the rest of them just try, well, that's the plan. Kevin?
Offense is what the Rockets are all about, D.A. You know that. Coach D'Antoni definitely focuses on this part of the game more than defense. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. And a change for the Rockets. Black's checked in. Got a piece of it. And now, here comes Gordon leading the break. And that one comes up a bit short.
Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
Now here's Durant. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Tucker, and the Warriors miss again. Houston leading by 5. Ball's knocked loose. Outside Curry. Thompson in the corner. And it's Thompson again missing.
Now, I'll tell you, he's got nothing here in the second quarter after just one made shot in the first.
Here's Paul. And the Pachulia pulls it down.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. And one thing that is quite clear with the Rockets in terms of their approach is their shot selection. They prefer easy layups or threes. Very rarely will you see them play that in-between game. And guys, there's a lot to like here defensively. That shot almost ends up in the stand.
And he was not quite in position to block the shot, but the result is all the same.
For Houston, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. And that shot selection, a systematic approach by the whole Houston organization. Greg, as a team, they actually took less mid-range jump shots than DeMar DeRozan did individually last season.
Yeah, and it wasn't even close. I mean, the approach Houston has made successful the last few seasons, they are 100% committed to not taking mid-range shots if they can help it.
And so it's Houston with it, following the miss by Draymond Green from deep. Now, here's Tucker. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Kicks it out to Paul. And the three ball is good. Paul's got the lead up to 8 now for Houston.
And they continue to control the glass.
Green, the screen. Thompson with it. And it's Gordon picking him up. No good from Durant.
That was against good defense. He tried to sneak it in, though. We've seen him do it plenty of times.
And there's Eric Gordon on the assist from Tucker.
And many of them. When you've had his kind of success from beyond the arc, you're always going to have the green light.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Tarek Black. Anderson comes in for Nene. Trevor Ariza's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And it's James Harden in for Paul.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Ariza has the open look, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Ariza's got his first bucket of the night. Durant against Ariza. It's Durant with the drive, and the jam by Kevin Durant.
The long strides of Durant gliding through the lane. Throw it down, big fella.
You know, Steve, it seems like players are getting more leeway to shoot, but the one thing coaches cannot stand are turnovers. That's been universal, and for the beginning of the game, talk about how you can cut those turnovers down.
I think for a lot of players, they have to come in and really start to go back to study film. That could definitely cut down turnovers. Next, I think it has to be something that really, it hurts you. I think a lot of guys turn it over and they're like, well, we're getting to the next play. You got to turn the basketball over, and that has to hurt you. Then I think also a lot of guys make the simple play. Don't go for the fences. Go for the bunts, the singles, and if a guy's open, just give it to him in stride versus trying to create a play. Sometimes over dribble and overthink, just make the right basketball play.
And keeping your focus, I would think, too, just like in anything in regular life, keeping your focus on something has got to be just imperative.
And communication, you said it right. You focus, communication, that will cut down turnovers.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. David West, he's checked in for Pachulia. Iguodala comes in for Green. Nick Young's checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Livingston in for Klay Thompson. It's Curry outside. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. And that's 13 points for Steph Curry. Harden against Curry. The kick out to Anderson. And just miss after miss right now.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
West kicks to Young. Shot clock at 5. Pass to Curry. Over Harden. Curry can't get it to go. Shot from free throw range. Harden's shot is good. Harden's got his second bucket.
And I love seeing Harden get room to shoot from that mid-range position.
Thanks for the great. Here's Curry. And on the floor for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. The two pillars of this team, Chris Paul and Harden, are the 1 and 2. Ariza and Anderson holding down the forward spots. And it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Steve, with the way Curry has transformed this Warrior team into perennial title contenders, the MVP awards and all the hardware, how soon is it before you start the conversation of where Steph Curry falls among the all-time greats?
Well, Kevin, I would love to start that conversation with most players when their career is over or close to being over. Curry has an unbelievable resume, but I will say, as of right now, I can say he's the best shooter of all time. NBA champion, multiple award-winning MVP. Now it's just about longevity for him.
Now here's Green. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Green with a screen on Paul. That shot missing.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Harden, no good. Warriors trail by 6. It's Durant on the wing. Reza covering, and it's Durant missing. Houston's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Durant against Ariza. Over in the corner, Paul, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. Let's now pause to take a look at the scoring breakdown between the front and back court of tonight's contests for the Warriors.
And it's been guard play, which really has shouldered the burden offensively here. They'd like a bit more production from the front court, but in the meantime, this backcourt has kept them in the game.
Warriors have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. The wide open look for Durant. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists in the game. Houston leading by 3. Paul passes to Harden. It's stolen by Curry. Thompson inside. Reza covering. And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. McCaw, he's checked in for Pachulia. And then for Houston, Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. And Mbalamute comes in for Ryan Anderson. Over in the corner, Paul. And the rejection by Curry.
Love seeing Stephen Curry get up and send that one back.
He nails it, and we're tied up. Curry's got 18 points in the game.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
With the way the Warriors romped in the playoffs and how stacked their team is, Steve, is a team like Golden State or really any team this talented good for the NBA?
A question that was asked a lot last season and will get asked a lot this season. I love the way this team plays. I think they play with such greatness and unselfishness. All the other 29 teams, they just have to catch up.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Paul against Curry. Paul dishes to Nene. And Harden wide open. He shoots. Again, the miss by Harden.
I'll tell you, the defense dodging a bullet right there. That's his shot.
Dishes it to Green. Pass to Curry. Golden State moving it around. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. You watch Kevin Durant and the way he just rises up so easily, Steve, with his soft touch. He can absolutely be unguardable, even if you're willing to throw double and triple teams his way.
You know, Durant's height, shooting, and mobility are just too much for one defender to deal with. On any given possession, he can create a good look out of nothing. It's why he's one of the greatest scorers to ever play.
And the Warriors making a change here. Young's checked in, and a change for the Rockets. Gordon's checked in. Off target from three-point range. Here's Golden State now. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. And Young kicks to Iguodala. 17-foot shot on the way. The dish now to Young. Shoot over in the corner, Livingston. And he goes in for the dunk.
Iggy just keeping his head up on his swivel all the time.
And so here is Houston, trailing by 4. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. From 15 feet away, offensive rebound. Here's Golden State. They're on a 14-5 run here. Livingston passes to Young. Back to Livingston. Screen by Young. Livingston, that's good. And it's a 6-point Warrior lead.
In this second half, it's been a disappointing turn of events for them defensively. The focus, the intensity, just not there.
Yep, it counts.
And you got to enjoy watching Harden down low, doing whatever he wants in the paint.
Nene against West. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Back to West. Nick Young on the wing. Off target from outside. Rockets trailed by 4. And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That'll be his second foul of the game. Pachulia, he's checked in for Golden State. Black's checked in for Houston. Anderson comes in for Mbaamuta. Harden dishes to Gordon. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And Eric Gordon has long been noted as a terrific shooter, but I felt like he was able to display just how great he can be last season. Had that green light whenever he was on the floor, and really near the top of the league in terms of threes attempted and made.
Now here's Livingston. Right through the D for the layup. Livingston's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Harden with it. He's covered by Livingston. Harden kicks to Anderson. Back to Harden. With some arc.
He's being aggressive, trying to turn around the team's fortunes, but he's having a hard time executing.
And he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play.
You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D takes it himself uncontested.
He gets it in there. Harden's got 10 points in the game.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the 4th quarter. A terrific game so far. Here is Harden. Livingston and Thompson are the guards. Iguodala out there with Young. And it's Pachulia in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the Warriors' 5. Warriors leading by 5. Thompson for the triple. He can't hit that time.
And you can see why he might be off on some of his attempts, getting far fewer shots today than he's accustomed to.
Screen by Capella. Gordon kicks it to Tucker. And here's Harden for 3. Warriors with the rebound. Pachulia's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Thompson outside for 3. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. Livingston's got 3 assists in the game. 4th quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Outside Gordon. Here's the teardrop. Feeds to Tucker. Gordon up on top. Passes it to Harden. He kicks to Tucker. And some nice passing there by Houston. And the dunk by Capella.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful 2-hand jam. Now a timeout called by Golden State. And the story with P.J. Tucker is an interesting one. Was drafted back in 2006, played a year in the NBA, then hopped between a ton of different leagues in Europe before coming back to the NBA, Steve, in 2012.
Well, his journey has been definitely a long one, but Tucker learned a lot about what it takes to find success going overseas. He's been a player who does all the little things for a team since his return.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the break. Even though they're ahead, he said, hey, this lead isn't big enough, not by a long shot. I don't want to sit back and play this one out. I still need some aggression. Guys, back to you.
The craftiness of Chris Paul, a genius at reading the defense and breaking them apart with his passing as well as shooting.
Curry kicks to Durant. And And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Not everything fell for him in that first half, and now it looks like they're beginning to hit their stride.
And last year, one of the bigger surprises in the NBA, the Houston Rockets.
And remember, absent Dwight Howard, a lot of people thought maybe they're going to take a step back. And in the year where several other super teams in the league kind of took a step forward, the Rockets were able to hold their own. The team has a system that works, and they have bought into it. And top to bottom, they've been making smart decisions.
Now here's Paul. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Capella.
And love how Paul seeks out his teammates. Superb at slicing the D to pieces with his passing.
The screen from Thompson. Durant for 3. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 3rd assist on the night.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Harden sets the big ball. Screen by Capella. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Warriors leading by 10. Pachulia with the screen on Paul. Here's Curry with the 3. The Rockets pull it in.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here's Harden. Here's Ariza. Blanketed by the D. Fights to the rim for the layup.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Curry passes to Pachulia. Back to Curry from outside the arc. Curry with another miss. Rockets trailed by 8. Paul outside. A 3 ball. Again, the miss by Paul.
And that's the shot he wants. Just a little bit out of rhythm.
The shot by Thompson, no good. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Pachulia. From 13.
Stephen Curry with the hustle play on the defensive end. Great contest of the shot also.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And Durant, here we go. Takes the 3. The rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Ariza kicks to Capella. It's stolen by Green. Outside Durant. Back to Curry. Thompson outside. There's the 3. It's the 3-point bomb. Thompson's got 6 in the quarter.
And you can see where they're attacking here in the 4th, strictly from the perimeter.
You know, plenty of teams, they try this strategy. Works when you're hot, but works against you when you're not.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Remember, back in 2012, James Harden was the 6th man of the year. Now, he's every bit the franchise player.
Harden hits them both. Warriors leading by 7. Curry dishes to Thompson. Here's Green. There's the feed to Pachulia. Durant against Ariza. 4 on the shot clock. Goes up, and here's Green outside. Ariza with the rebound.
And definitely playing the opponent, but also they're playing against the clock.
I think that's the thing. You can't give away 1 second now. You're toast.
This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
Yeah, just got to work that clock.
Pachulia the pass to Durant. Curry. And there's the ball on Pachulia. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Now a timeout called by Houston. They're trailing by 7. 23 seconds. There's Gordon with the three. It's rebounded by Livingston. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
The three. So we see the Warriors get the win here. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
And getting those points the hard way.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets.